Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Sunday, May 23rd. Oh boy, what a week. I'm feeling a little bit better. I've practiced a lot of self-love in the last couple of days, even let loose a little bit, and I'm feeling a little bit better. So thank you guys for being here for me, always under all circumstances. And I will do my very best to not raise my voice today or, freak out and leave my own show. We all do the best we can in life. We all have breaking points at some time. And mine just so happened to be live on air every day. I was thinking about this morning, how I love the movie 500 Days of Summer. And I was like, wow, I feel like it should be, I could make a 500 Days of Roxy where we just took, 15 seconds of the last 500 days that I've been on air every day, film something every day. And it would be like watching the descent of it would be like watching Cruella. Even with that laugh. I don't think it would actually be like that watching that, but it would be like watching a very slow spiral. And I think that many of us could say that right now. I think that it's not just me, at least it doesn't seem like it's just me, where 500 days ago, I felt like I was on top of the world. I don't know about on top of the world, but I felt fine. I felt like my career was going well, and I had my full-time Collider gig, and we were doing that morning show, and I loved it, and I was in love, and I had this incredible partner, and I just knew that, and I had booked a movie that I was shooting in England in the summer of 2020, and I was going to be a star. And then, like everybody else, no, just everything. So I can't say I'm the most well equipped to handle the state of the world right now. And so when I feel personally attacked, or when I feel that there are injustices going on, which there are several injustices going on at once all over the world, half of which we've never even spoken about on this show because I'm not educated enough to even discuss the matter. Sometimes I can't really handle it. And so I appreciate you guys for sticking with me through this and letting me take Saturday away from filming Live at the Roxy so that I could go and be in the sun a little bit and see some of my friends and just be a human being for the day and not somebody who's glued to my phone or stuck on Twitter being told how much people wish that Hitler would come back, because it's just some days that makes me laugh because people are morons, and some days it makes me feel like jumping from the bridge. So thank you to everybody who's here, regardless of my mental state. And I hope that I can continue to bring you guys this realness 100% of the time, and also that we can continue talking to each other about all of our tips and tricks on how to deal with this impossible fucking time. That it's not just me. I know for a lot of you guys, it feels impossible, but it's not. And it's one day at a time. And we get through it day by day, and we do it together. So much love to all of you guys. Shout out to everybody who's in here right now, but I do see a couple of my people. Janine Bryson here right now. Janine, just, you are a gift to this planet, and I'm so happy that you're in my life. You're incredible. William Bibiani in the house. Bibbs never joins us live at the Roxy, or if at least he does, he never lets us know. So hi, Bibbs. Happy that you're here. Thank you for joining. And to everybody else, I'll give some shout outs to James Zimmerman, Jerry Garza, Jonathan Flores, Redford Reddington, Evan Hooker, Rob Fishbeck, Andrew Thomas, Jake Yakavetta, Nick Bascom, G. Smith, Ryan Peterson, Zeno Hour, John Get Bent, Sir Joker 40, BFFS, Loudy Ferdinand, and everybody else joining us live. I'm grateful that you're all here. Matt Munoz, Joseph Ashley, J Dog, Chris Martinez. Y'all are freaking great. And again, I can't say it enough. I don't sit and lie to you guys. You guys know I'm an actress, but I don't come on here and act or perform. I come on here and I just am me, and whatever's going on that day is what's going on. And sometimes what that means is talking about, I don't know, whatever movie just dropped or the trailer. And sometimes what that means is watching me be me. And this is me, as you guys know, you guys get the full 360. This is me, no makeup. This is me, hair not done. This is me in my dad's big t-shirt. Not that I've lived 3,000 miles from my dad, but he got me this awesome Soulless Island t-shirt. This is me. So here I am doing a little bit better. And definitely one of the takeaways from that is that sometimes we all just need a day. And when you guys need a day, fucking take that day. And I really, yesterday, I needed a day. It was one of my best friend and writing partner's 30th birthdays. And her family was so incredible. They got her this awesome, it was like an hour and a half from LA, but this awesome cabana situation. I've never done that before. I'm not like, I don't know. It was the fanciest place I've ever been in my life. And it was this beautiful, beautiful, like very just a few people at a pool. And it was really, really effing nice to be a little bit outside of LA with people who were, a lot of them were just not in the industry. I mean, they couldn't have cared less than what I was talking about. I was like, this is great. This is great to just sit here and talk about like nothing. Not that it didn't have substance, but it wasn't like, I don't know. It just wasn't. Just break up your routine and go and spend a little time maybe by yourself or with a loved one or something, and just take a day when you need the day. So again, thank you guys for letting me have that. Anybody who has anything to talk about on today's show, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, super chat in. This is an AMA. I figured I owed you guys one, especially after last week. I've said I'm trying to do these once a week. I was supposed to do it last week. I was scared. To be asked anything because I didn't know what those things could be, and I was not in a mental state to answer anything. So now I am. AMA, you guys do your thing, and I'm going to go through some of these super chats and Streamlabs. Rar Nation says, hey, Roxy, I'm reaching through my screen to give you a warm hug. Hope you are well. Thank you. I appreciate that. I wouldn't say that I'm well, just like a lot of you guys are not well, but I would say that I'm really fucking trying. And every day I'm trying. And I get up and I try to be somewhat active, whether that's going on a walk or sitting on my bike or something that makes the endorphins go a little bit. And I try to, not drink all the time, because if you're drinking 7 days a week, it's a depressant. And remember, it might feel good in the moment, but it doesn't always feel good. And the less you drink it, the better it tastes. And I'm trying to be well. I'm trying to meditate and practice self-love and speak to my friends and family members that bring me joy and happiness, and work on this show and be with the Whirl Girls who are the loves of my life, and be with the stars who are freaking awesome. So I don't know about being well, but I'm on the journey. And I think a lot of you guys are too. And it's challenging when you're taking the journey solo, but it is what it is, and we're on it. We're not really solo because we're the rock stars, so we're in this together. Let's see what's going on in the Streamlabs. I know that Friday's show, I didn't read any of the Streamlabs. It felt disingenuous to come on here to be yelling and fucking verge of tears and so distraught, and then be like, and now for the Streamlabs. So I promised you guys I would read them today. I'm sure it's going to be strange in tone as these are coming through from the 21st, which is the day that I came on. I'm not sick, but I'm not well. and it's all right. That's how I feel. Okay. Well, these come from them anyway. From then anyway. So let's get to them. Starting with our dear Zen Glenn. Glenn Caesar says, hello and good afternoon, Roxy, and all your nicknames. Great job on OSA. How are you? Sending Friday well wishes and thank you for hanging out. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, Grammy and Papo. Be most excellent to yourselves and each other, RJ and rock stars. Thank you for that, Glenn Caesar. Much appreciated. And I am glad that you liked OSA on Friday. And how am I? I think the show answered that question. Glenn also said, in fuck yeah news, ooh, love fuck yeah news. On my own, my feet are pointing completely straight ahead / normal when I'm sitting. Yes, Glenn. A doctor that I used to work with gave me some feedback on what it means. Improvement in the proprioception position sense. I don't know what proprioception is. Fibers and light touch fibers. Interesting. This doctor said that the tingling sensation down the side of my right leg to my toes also indicates that the improvement was from the nerve root of lumbar vertebrae 3 through the sacral vertebrae. Quite impressive. These are long nerve roots. Cool stuff. Well, I'm just glad that you're physically doing well, Glenn. And that's awesome. And that's all because of your determination and your unwillingness to quit. You have decided that you are on a journey of betterment, as many of us here on the show are. And you really, really have done an incredible job just doing the best that you can to be the best version of yourself mentally, physically, and everything else. So we're proud of you, Glenn. And I'm proud of you. Shout out to Bibbs, who has to leave us, but he said it was a pleasure to see everybody. Welcome to the show, Bibbs. Welcome to the show. And Janine finishing my song, but singing it much prettier than I did, because I'm in hell. Yep. Yes. Sometimes you just gotta smile through it. Glenn also says, cheers to fuck yeah news, love and laughter for us all, each of our days, our weeks, our months, and even our years. Let's go Smets and everyone fighting for today, tomorrow, and more. Smash cancer all the time. Hope you find what brings you joy and do it. Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankerson, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Hope today is the day. Justice for all the people who have lost their lives due to excessive force. Hashtag say their names. Glenn, even though I didn't read your super chat, your Streamlabs on Friday, I still made sure to mention this because no matter what the fuck is going on with me or our show, that's the one thing we never forget to say because they continue to make us, because not one thing has been done in that department. So we're going to keep talking about it until change comes. Glenn Caesar also says, RJ and everyone who shows up to give their support whenever, however they can, when it gets tough, even if by yourself, you're not alone. This we know. Thank goodness for that. Everyone who's battling, keep on fighting. You are a winner. You're kind. You're smart. You are unique. And showing up for people who need it and want it makes you dope as fuck. Being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, makes you humane and worthy. Your story is important and deserves to be seen and heard. Thank you, Glenn, for all those reminders all the time. Appreciate you. Hugs. Oh, I wish you could really hug somebody through the internet. Christian Hardesty in the Streamlabs with huge support. Thank you, Christian. Says, hey, Rox, you don't have to read this. I never know when you guys say they don't have to read something, whether you want me to or not. I'm going to assume when you say you don't have to read this, then you don't want me to read it out loud. So I will read it later. But, then you sent in another one, Christian. Also huge support. Thank you. Saying, hi, Roxy. Just wanted to vent earlier with the other message I sent, but I wanted to say that someone at work said misery in conversation, and I had Misery by Maroon 5 song stuck in my head for an hour until I realized I was thinking of This Love by mistake. That's this love has taken its toll on me. What love doesn't take its toll on us? Maybe the healthy kind. Thank you, Christian, for that. And I'll make sure I read your comment later in my head. In your head, zombie. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, I stand against anti-Semitism. I stand against Islamophobia. I stand against Asian hate. I believe that Black Lives Matter. But once again, I stand against anti-Semitism. Sadly, that will have to be added to the daily messages, but I'll do it for sure. Thank you, Glenn. And I agree wholeheartedly with that statement. Christian Hardesty for today's show. All right, we are on Streamlabs for this Sunday. Hell yeah. With also huge support. Christian, you are bringing it home these days. Just all the love in the world. He said, got drunker than I expected at brunch with the boys. It happens sometimes. So I wanted to send my good vibes because you're feeling down about the world being so shitty right now. I don't even have words for the stuff I see you posting on IG/Twitter. Want you to feel some love. Thank you. I do feel that love from you guys all the time. And I really, really appreciate that massive support. It helps immensely. And you're awesome. So thank you for being here. Also in the Streamlabs, The Falcon 1985. Doing Springsteen, Madonna. Way before Nirvana, there was U2 and Blondie. And music still on MTV. It's just turning into a musical, guys. The Falcon 1985 says, reliable source says that there are rumblings of Disney wanting to buy DC Comics and fusing with Marvel. Charles Murphy's site. I love Marvel and also DC, but I don't know how to feel. It would be nice to have creatives behind DC. This is a fuck no for me. I really, really think that this is a bad idea. Disney buying DC Comics and fusing it with Marvel, although our little nerd brains would geek the fuck out because all of a sudden we've got Spidey with fucking Flash, or we've got Superman with Captain America or whatever. I mean, mind blown. Competition is really good and important for film and for art. And not competition like you can't love both Marvel and DC, but competition like you want them to be doing their best. You don't want them to be the only game in town. When you are the only game in town, you can get lazy because you're the only game in town. And I'm not saying that Marvel and DC are the only games in town, but when it comes to comic book movies, they're certainly the biggest. So I for sure think that this is a bad idea. I also don't think it'd be able to happen because that sounds like a monopoly if I've ever heard one. And I don't know that it's legal. Oh gosh, I would get excited for about a week. I would be stoked that it would be the coolest thing ever to see these characters together. But then I would be not excited. Then I would be really, really sad. Then I would be not into it. So yeah. All right, let's go into the super chat. King Sporkal, do you know who Paul Mooney was? He had been popping up in I saw something about Laugh Factory tribute for him. So I was looking into it and then I had seen him before, but I was not that familiar. Let's see. Let's look up why you're asking, because did he just recently die 4 days ago? Were you a big fan of his comedy, King Sport Cow? Let us know. I'd love to hear more from you. But yes, definitely knew him, but not really well. Going in, I feel like today the word of the show is what do I do this for a living or something? Am I a broadcaster or what? Andrew Thomas, hated the most, beautiful, sexy, and hot Roxy. How'd you know? Just all those things in one. I really appreciate you and hope things get better for you this week. Nice foreshadowing with Zombie. Thanks. Appreciate it. You guys are talking. Yeah, Paul Mooney was funny as hell, especially when he was on Chappelle's show. Yeah, when I looked him up, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. Love that. He died. Yes, I got that. Redford Reddington. Were you a fan of his also? Would love to hear more memories from you guys if you loved his work and his art. Going back into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, John Get Bent says, why do I say things like that? Who knows? Oh, my tea's at the perfect temperature, I can tell. Yes, that's my first sip of tea for the day. And it's too late for it to be my first sip. John says, Hey, Roxy, hope you're doing all right. Do you have any weird pet peeves, like things most people wouldn't even notice but drive you absolutely up the wall? I have several pet peeves. One of them is sure, the word sure, like SURE. It really bothers me when you ask somebody something and they respond sure. I, and that's the full response. I feel like in life, when you're going to do something, it should either be a yes or a no, or it should be something that makes somebody not feel like shit for asking you. But if you're like, hey, do you want to go to the movies together? And they're like, sure. I don't know. That really fucking pisses me off. Or if you're like, so sorry to ask, but I have a huge favor. Is there any way that we could reschedule? And even if they're annoyed, sure, just no. Write back and say, oh, wow, that's such a bummer. I moved a lot of stuff around for this, but yes, we can. Thanks for letting me know, or whatever. Just the one word sure really bothers me. That's the first pet peeve I can think of on the top of my head. What about you guys? What are your pet peeves? Let me know. JB in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, I think social media is having an effect on your mental health. Unplug. The bigots on Twitter aren't worth your stress. Life is tough enough, and that's not the real world. JB, first of all, you can't bury your head in the sand and pretend things don't exist. People are getting the shit kicked out of them in this town, in Los Angeles, in New York. Social media isn't making that real. It's just showing that it's happening. Also, for a living, I've picked an occupation in which I need to be on social media. There is no just getting off of social media. I started a business this last year, and for the World Girls, I run our social. I have to be on social. For this show, I have to tweet out. I have to be on social. So for people who say, just unplug, yesterday, I didn't look at social much for a day, but I can't really go much longer than that and still be good at my job, especially when I'm looking at, I do a news show here where I talk to you guys about what's going on, or for SEN, I have to look at what's going on, or for Only Stupid Answers, or for Rotten Tomatoes, or any of the other shows that I'm on. JB, I appreciate it. Anyway, though, JB, I do, but it's just not really an option for me. Lloyd Nance in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, Roxy, I've missed you. Lloyd, I've been right here. What do you mean? I've been right here. And I'm also going to be live tonight for the World Girls, where we are going to be talking about Army of the Dead, the Zack Snyder movie. And also we're going to be talking about our favorite zombie movies and TV shows. So make sure you check that out, Lloyd, because I know you like a special someone on that show. Hello, Lloyd. Leonard Kim in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, hey, Dimple Tits, Roxy, glad to hear you're doing better, even if it's by a small margin. It's better than feeling worse. Small victories. So true, Leonard Kim. As you're more out and about, what have been some noticeable adjustments you've had to make? The hair looks so gorgeous. I don't know about that, but it's a great question about the adjustments. It's so weird. It's so weird. And the adjustments, the notable adjustments are everything. I'm having to figure out, remember to listen to science. And they're saying we're safe with no masks going outside. If you are vaccinated and you're outside, no masks. And if you're inside, no masks unless the place requires them. So I'm trying to but it's so weird. It feels like a safety blanket on your face now. And to not have a mask on is a strange feeling. It's also, I don't want to have small talk with people anymore. I just don't feel like it anymore because I don't feel like I have to. But then you kind of have to if you're meeting new people. So that's a weird adjustment that I feel like I'm having to try to make. And yeah, it's tough. It's strange. What about you guys? What are some adjustments that you're trying to make? Ask me anything. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, super chat in. I want to hear from you guys. King Sport Cal says, Paul Mooney was a very controversial comedian. He wrote for Richard Pryor in the 80s. He inspired a lot of comedians. He also wasn't afraid to say shit. What was so controversial about him, King Sport Cal? Was it just he was controversial in the way that Richard Pryor was sometimes controversial, where sometimes his comedy might not play as well in 2020? Or what was the most controversial part about him? I like people who aren't afraid to say shit, and especially comedians that make you think. So I don't know. I'm curious. I would be curious to hear more about what exactly that means. What's going on with what the fuck is that? Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Not that that has anything to do with what you just were talking about, except for the fact that I was thinking about stand-up, and then I was thinking about stand-up comedy, how that's back, and then Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is not, because obviously that's a scripted show. What is going on with that? I think we have another season coming, right? Or did I make that shit up? I don't think I did. Okay, let's see. Bruce Banner says nothing controversial. He just spoke the truth. Redford Reddington says rape accusations. And King Sport Cow says no, Roxy Paul Mooney talked about white people. Those are three very different things that you guys just said. And I am so not aware of what actually happened. So I would love to hear what actually happened. Janine says, LOL, ask our boy Felix. LOL, why does he love him? What did I miss? Janine. Oh, I'd ask Felix anything, though. Felix is such a valued member of the Stars. I know you guys haven't had a chance to meet him yet. And when he's less busy with work, I would love to have him come on live at the Roxy because he's so awesome. But I cannot explain to you guys enough for you Schmodown fans. Felix, who hasn't played a match yet, who should have a match coming up soon. There's been some scheduling woes about that, but he should be having a match come up at some point. He is a fucking vital part of our team. He is such an incredible component of the Stars when it comes to the study sessions and how we look at the matches and all of he makes these like incredible, I don't want to give away too much, but visuals of things. Oh, ask him about Mrs. Maisel. Oh, Janine, that makes more sense. Yeah, I should, because I don't think I made it up. Redford says another season is coming. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. And it's so weird how some productions were completely shut down and some of them came back. Like how I'm watching Handmaid's Tale right now or Pose right now. And all of these shows, This Is Us is back on. And I'm like, how are all these back right now? But then some shows were not able to film. Oh, another question I have about what is coming up. Y'all know that this is the thing I care about most on the planet. So the Friends reunion is dropping on the 27th. Now, the 27th is Thursday, but I've been looking up when is it dropping because it's HBO Max. And so I don't know, is this really like it's dropping on Wednesday night? It seems like popular opinion is that this will be coming out midnight on Thursday morning. So really Wednesday night on Pacific time, 3 a.m. for Eastern. And if that's the case, it's sooner than I even thought. So, but why haven't they told me when it's dropping? I need to know the time. Why won't they tell me the time? This is the most entitled I've ever been, but I need the time. Tell me the time. That's how I feel. I can't help it. I just want to know when the fuck is the Friends reunion. When the fuck is it? Going into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Remember, guys, get these in loud, get these in proud. Let me know your thoughts because I want to answer your questions. We've got Apollo 3JP saying, fam, how are you holding up? Went to a bar this weekend for the first time in a while, caught a comedy show. First time things felt kind of normal. The only thing missing, running into you and Steez. What's up with that? You're a real one, Striar, Rip Mooney, GOAT. Paulo, yeah, I've been doing that stuff too, where I'm like just getting the first time here, the first time there, whatever it is that I'm doing. I was dancing last night. It was wild. And it's crazy to be around people. And I still feel nervous, but everybody I see is fully vaccinated. So I'm just kind of trying to live life again. It's just bizarro. So how are we holding up? Slowly and trying. Leonard came in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, simply curious, what are you listening to recently? Hopefully music that puts you in a brighter mood. Let's see. Let's go to my music and see what my most recently listened to songs are. I use Steph's Apple Music. I'm on her family plan. So I don't even know really how to look. I used Pandora prior to that. So my most recently searched things. Oh, I really like that song by the Kid Leroy or some shit that Miley Cyrus is on now. Although I know people were really upset about that can't make a wife out of a hoe line. So fucking stupid, but the song is fire. And that I love the Pixies. So I've been listening to the Pixies. I checked out that song somebody recommended, Earth is a Black Hole by Teenage Wrist. That was like pretty hard, but it was good. Smashing Pumpkins, Boston, because I was teaching Steph about them, Soundgarden, always, Foo Fighters, especially after they got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Eminem, Donna Summer, the Supremes Essentials playlist, Disco Essentials, I Can't Make You Love Me, Bonnie Raitt, 90s Hits Essentials, Brand New, Miley Cyrus, Rihanna, Rockstar 101. Those are my most recently searched songs on Apple Music. So maybe that helps. Let me know. I think that answers the question. I think that answers the question superbly. Christian Hardesty in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, shout out to the liquor store guy who pointed out that the bigger bottle of Jameson was the same price as the medium-sized bottle. Still vibing. Stay sexy, Roxy. What are you talking about? The 2 bottles of Jameson were both the same price but different sizes? When? Last night? Tell me more, Christian Hardesty. Tell me more. Also in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, Apollo3JP chiming in again said, also Army of the Dead was solid. Major John Carpenter vibes, which I dug, made me think Microsoft should give Snyder the keys to the Gears of War franchise. Interesting. We're going to be talking all about Army of the Dead tonight on The World Girls, giving our review and stuff, so I'll definitely talk more about it there, but I'm glad you liked it. I did too. Hitman Hudson in the Streamlabs says, hey, Roxy. Hey, Hitman Hudson. Apparently, Phil Mickelson is about to win a PGA championship between him and Tom Brady. Old people are having a moment. Old people. Oh, my God. I don't think I would call them old. In other news, I have been trying to lose weight, and I've lost 5 pounds over the past few weeks. So that's exciting. That's awesome that you're setting a goal and hopefully you're trying to be healthy. I always think that weight loss goals are challenging to talk about because I don't know anybody's situation. So I never try to encourage anybody losing weight unless that is something that is the healthy choice for them. So if that's what you're trying to do and that makes you feel good and that is the healthy option, then that's awesome that you're doing that. And I'm really happy for you. Also in the Streamlabs, Sir Joker40 says, Roxy, sissy, Roxy, hey, high vibes and energy and vibes. You're amazing. Shout out to my mom on her anniversary today, 9 years. That's all. Hashtag being an anomaly. Hashtag heir to. Hashtag Joker Bunny Gang. Hashtag right coast. Hashtag my BFFR is better than yours. It's the 9-year anniversary of what, Sir Joker, of your mom's passing? Or is it a different anniversary? I'd love to hear from you. I always have a really hard time on that day. But you seem like you're doing okay, at least through this chat. So let me know. Ace Money in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, hey, Rox, I'm behind on the stream, so it might have been mentioned, but the MTS pay-per-view match was amazing. The machine was great. She really brought it. You ladies are a great team. I never know when I'm allowed to talk about these things. So I just end up not because I don't know who's seen what or what's been happening. So I will just say that I agree with you that the match was amazing. And I'll agree with you that the machine is just wildly incredible. And I guess that's all I'm allowed to say about that at this moment. Or maybe it's not. You guys tell me if I'm allowed to say more. Pink Sweets in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, OMG, hey, it's me and I'm hungry as hell. Dude, you got to eat then. What was your favorite movie as a kid and when's the last time you watched it? My favorite was Spy Kids and I watched it a few months ago. Still amazing. In 97, Good Will Hunting came out. I was 6 years old. I probably saw it when I was about 8. It's been my favorite movie ever since. So that's always been my favorite movie. But my favorite like kids type movie. I liked Spy Kids a lot. I loved Harriet the Spy, I remember. I thought that was really fun. My favorite movies, kids. I loved all of the Disney movies. Loved them. Especially Lion King, Aladdin, and Mulan. Thought those were really great as a kid. Let me think about more of them. What were the big kids movies when I was around? Spy Kids is a good pick. Remember Floop? Janine says, would love to talk to you about the match on the next Machine Mondays. Janine, do you do it? You don't do it live, right? Or do you? Anytime I watch, it's when you, or anytime I listen, it's when you tweet it. So I'm guessing that but I actually don't know what your schedule is because I'm busy that day, but I would love to obviously come on and talk to you with you about it too. So much so. That match. That freaking match. This year, dude. This year. So Joker said 9 years of her passing, and it's always a struggle, but I've been working and staying busy. The worst is at night when I'm about to sleep and it's quiet. Then the feelings usually take over. I get that. That I think it's one of the reasons I don't sleep. 9 years. Yeah, I'm going to be at 10 years in August. And that seems crazy. 9 years was weird too. Every year is weird because it's really the anniversary of the worst day of my life. And so it's weird to think about it like that. But, I have an easier time on her birthday because it's celebrating her birth, or Mother's Day because celebrating that she was my mom, is my mom. But it's not the same. It's not the same as the anniversary of somebody's passing, which just fucking sucks. So Joker, I feel for you. You've had a lot of loss, my friend. But you also have a lot of loved ones. You have a lot of loved ones. And, I think that probably it's very loud often in your house. So that quiet can be alarming, but it's probably necessary to sit with yourself and your thoughts at times. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Anybody else who has anything else for this AMA, Streamlabs in streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, or in the super chat. Would love to hear from you guys. Christian Hardesty, again with that support. Fuck yeah, friends. Christian says, hey, yeah, I have no idea why. The guy just asked me if I wanted the bigger bottle, and I was like, fuck yeah, don't know why, but I'm digging it. That's interesting. I've never seen that before because they have the 750 milliliter and they have the 1 liter. So you're saying those were the same price. I don't know why that would be. It must be some kind of special that they were running. I'm a big fan of the larger bottle being the same price. I'm a big fan of Jameson. So I think that's what you said it was, Christian. Yeah, you said it was Jameson. Y'all know that was like the only thing I drank for years. Now I'm on a tequila kick recently for the last 2 years, but Jameson will always be my love. It will always be my love. I love whiskey. I really do. All right, let's see what else is going on in the Streamlabs before we get the fuck out of here. Should I or should I not continue to sing all of my thoughts? Do you think that's helpful for this show? Or do you think more people would watch and I would stop losing subscribers if I stopped singing every fucking thing that I thought? Joseph Ashley said, my mom was May 21st. I think it's 30 years since she passed. Damn, this week makes 30 years. That's wild to think about. It's wild to think about. I know that I'm about to turn 30, and that is like to think about my whole life, that amount of time, because you only really can picture how much time something is when you've lived that amount of time. And that's just such a long amount of time. I can imagine that feels really strange, Joseph. That probably feels really strange. Sorry to hear that. And we're here. We're here. Glenn Caesar in streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar said, hello and good afternoon, Roxy, and all your nicknames. Glad you're feeling a bit better. Sending Sunday well wishes, and thanks for hanging out. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, Grammy, and Papo. Be most excellent to yourselves and each other, RJ and rock stars. I love the be most excellent thing. I feel like Dorina kind of got us on a kick for that, but it is true. And I will certainly always try to be excellent to you guys. And I know you guys are excellent to me. Christian says, no, never stop singing. Star says, always, Roxy, shine on, be authentically you. Jonathan says, I like the singing. I don't think you'll lose subs. I've been losing subs all year at a rate quicker than I'm gaining them. It's so fucking annoying. Scott says, if we're rock stars, someone's got to sing. That is so true. I never thought about it like that. Melissa, sing. All right. Well, then that's what I'm going to do, if you guys say so. But don't come crying to me when you hear some bad notes and you're like, why is she doing this? I'm going to say, y'all fucking told me that you liked it when I sang. Okay, we are getting out of here in the next couple of minutes. So don't forget, tonight, World Girls for World Girl Sunday, World Girl Sunday, we're talking about Dawn of the Dead. And nope. We're talking about Army of the Dead. Probably Dawn of the Dead will come up, but we're talking about Army of the Dead. We're doing a review on the Zack Snyder Netflix movie. And then we're also going to be talking about our favorite zombie TV shows and movies, which I'm really excited about, but more so than me is Dorina. She's been wanting to do this for a really long time. So that's youtube.com/theworldgirls at 7. Don't forget to join us there. Also, there's definitely more alsos. What were they? Whatever, there were more alsos. I'll think of what they were. And what are the other alsos? Also, oh yeah, we're doing a Patreon group hang, but you have to be a patron to do that, and that's in 15 minutes. So I'm gonna bounce to get to that. That's the other also. You know when you just lose it and you're on air, you're like, what did I want to tell them? Glenn in the Streamlabs says, proprioception is how we feel and sense our way physically. It includes balance. It's a bit odd working with meditation/visualization techniques to fix the brain, including repairing areas of the brain cell death, injury, and reprogramming the whole brain to work. I can imagine that being odd, but odd is not always a bad thing. So I feel that. Janine, I love you. You're incredible. Thank you for being you. All right, guys, I am getting out of here. Don't forget, make your bed if you haven't already. Put down toilet seat and lid. We don't want those flumes. Don't trend with the Holocaust. It is still Jewish American Heritage Month. Nobody's talking about that, but it is a thing. So that. Brett Miles, Jonathan, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all 3 of them, for killing Breonna Taylor. Justice for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. Check your internet. Make sure you blow on it. Rob taught us that's how you do it. And apparently it doesn't work very well because my internet is still trash.com. All right. Much love to my friends. And I'll see you tonight for World Girl Sunday or back here tomorrow for Live at the Roxy. Much love.